Attitude Broadcasting presents BSS Carolina with your host, Rocky. JPP, not only are you a giant, but you're a dummy giant.
Giant dummy.
You'll be in the same unemployment line as Steve Clifford. New job, Release Roberts. Linsanity's a Hornet. They call us hockey experts. Easy.
You know who the next Jordan is? LeBron. It's not his fault. It's just because I like playing devil's advocate. Never again. Hall of Famer. Tannehill. Game over. Don't worry. I'll wait. We've all said it. None of us are hockey experts. I guess we are. We're beating hockey experts.
And big shots.
PJ Harrison. Rudy Gobert. JPP. What a dingling. Linssanity. I said better. I didn't say good. Roy Hibbert. What a dingling. If Duncan gets the 7 rings, not his fault. With Jordan, you got plenty of money. Get you a driver. Bump that. Side pieces. Side pieces. Ronda Rousey.
You can listen to the show on Stitcher, Spreaker, iTunes, and iHeartRadio. And follow us on Twitter at BSSCarolinasLocalSportsShow6-9-2016. Welcome to BSS Carolinas on Stitcher, Spreaker, iTunes, and iHeartRadio. Of course, I am Rocky. Welcome to the show today. Welcome to all our Periscopians out there. And I'm trying to see the 2 or 3 that we have. Let us know any sports, anything you want to talk about today on the show. Of course, joining me today is Big Shot. BBB, beautiful Big Shot.
What's happening, my peoples? Love y'all. Glad to see y'all. Well, I don't see you. I can imagine what you look like, man. And I see nothing but beautiful faces when I look at y'all.
That's right.
In my imagination.
On today's show, chat with us on Periscope. Tell us, anything you want to talk about, any sports, what you think about the finals so far. If you hate my outfit, whatever.
Call the show, 919-943-2044. Join in. I love to hear from you, man. Rock and I want to engage with the peoples because we are people.
We are people persons.
people.
We are people persons with Periscopians.
We the 3 Ps.
The 3 Ps. People, persons, and Periscopians.
The people's champs of the
right.
Periscope. PCP.
That's right. PCP.
Isn't that a drug?
Yes, it is.
We are a drug. We are addictive.
We can say, my wife says, oh, all right, let's move on.
Mr. Lover over there.
Yeah, let's move on. Ed Lover is not here today. First and foremost, let's talk about, me and Jeffrey talked about it a little bit on Monday's show. Muhammad Ali, in case you didn't know, passed away at 74. You wearing your great shirt today.
Yes, sir. Much respect.
Go ahead. Your thoughts.
Just one of the greatest boxers, the greatest showman, man. He changed what entertainment was for sports. He made it cool to be brash, talk massive trash to an opponent, desecrate an opponent before a fight. He showed how to win the mental game and have a fighter defeated before you even got in the ring with him. But he had the toughness in the hands to back it up. He fought Joe Frazier for 13 rounds with a broken jaw. His jaw was absolutely shattered in half, and he stayed in there and fought Joe Frazier in that first fight, the whole fight. What's his name? George Foreman, I'm sorry. The Rumble in the Jungle in Zaire. George Foreman was this unstoppable men amongst men that destroyed anything that got in the ring with him. And Ali baited him, taught stuff to him, got in his head the whole fight, got the crowd to get in his head, and knocked him out in the 8th round. The Thriller in Manila, when he put Joe Frazier down for their third match in that trilogy. This man was unbelievable. He beat Sonny Liston twice. And he went on for about 2 decades. And he had a 5-year absence where they wouldn't allow him to fight because he didn't go to the Vietnam War. Just unbelievable what he did for sports overall. one of the most influential people of the 20th century for what he did.
I will say one of the most influenced people ever in anything, not just sports. Just what he stood in. He stood up what he believed in, and I can't fault him for. You can't fault him for it. That's a great man, and for what he did for Parkinson's disease.
Absolutely.
Him and Michael J. Fox, are the spokesperson for that disease, and what he's done for the longest time is amazing. What he's still done to this day, And another thing is tomorrow's the funeral for Muhammad Ali. It's an interfaith funeral. So, he's Muslim, but he made sure he wanted everybody to be able to come because that's how he is. That's how he was. He had his beliefs, but he respects other people. But he's going to be missed. One of the greatest people that ever lived. For one of the best quotes he ever had, if you're 20 at age 50, if you feel the same as you did 20 when you were 50, what did you accomplish in your life?
What kind of growth can be had if you don't change how you live, your mental aspect of life in general? You can't. I know I'm not not the person I was when I was 20, and that was less than 20 years ago. So people change, things change, ideas change, love and hate change.
And I actually have a clip I'm going to play real fast.
All right.
This flashy-looking shadow boxer is the young man the whole boxing world is talking about. He's Cassius Clay, and on February 25th, he has a date with destiny. That's the night Clay will tangle with the heavyweight champion of the world, Sonny Liston. Our Miami reporter is on the scene, and we'll hear now from Bob Halloran and the talker of the year, Cassius Clay.
Cassius, you've been going around saying that you're the resurrector of the fight game, the savior of boxing.
Profit, everything.
What do you think that boxing would be today if you weren't around?
Oh man, if it wasn't for me, they'd be doing good to get $50 a ringside seat. I'd have raised the price up to $250.
What do you think, Liston?
I've got people chartered airplanes, models from Chicago, New York, flying special chartered jet planes in, champagne flights just to see the champs. Rich people from all over the world are flying in, and the chauffeurs are driving the Cadillacs down. This is the biggest thing in all history.
What do you think Liston would be today if it wasn't for you?
If it wasn't for me, Sonny Liston would be just a dead heavyweight champion trying to find a suitable opponent, and then they'll draw about 5,000 or 6,000 people. Floyd Patterson and Sonny Liston didn't draw but about 7,600-something people in Las Vegas. And we're going to fill up this place at Convention Hall with 14,000 or 15,000. Plus, theaters all over the world will soon be sold out. All the ringside seats at $250 each. So now, children, little and big, all alike will be coming to see the fight. I'm the resurrected, the savior, the whole game. Every day I'm in the newspapers. You get tired of reading about me. All magazines, everything. I'm a big man.
How about this villain role? You're getting to be the villain, and Liston is getting to be the good guy.
First Liston was a villain, and didn't nobody like Liston. Liston was a thug. Liston was a gangster. Liston was this. Liston was that. Everybody wants to see Liston beat, and now all of a sudden Liston is the savior.
I guess
that's the way I like it. That makes me rumble. Don't we rumble? Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Rumble, young man, rumble. That's what we're going to do. We're going to rumble.
Listen now. With the exception of you, your brother, Bodini, and a few other guys, nobody's picking you to win. Now, after you lose, what's going to happen to boxing?
Well, when I'm gone, boxing is gone. They might still try, but they'll never have another Gates or another Cassius Clay. They'll never have another car. I received more publicity 2 and 3 months before the fight than other champions.
Anyway, that was a little bit, sting like a bee.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You can't hit what your eyes can't see. Rumble, young man, rumble. And he did rumble. That's the night where he knocked Sonny Liston out, of course. And he came with the phrase, I shook up the world. He shook up the world. And nothing was ever the same after that.
That's right. And 1 second, everybody on Periscope, we had to stop Periscope for a few minutes. Hopefully we can get it back up during the show today. My intern's working on it right now.
Hurry up, Jess. We need you, boo.
Yeah, come on, Jess.
Get it right.
So she's trying to get us good for that. So just hang tight because I know y'all want to chat with us about Muhammad Ali.
I know you love looking at our beautiful faces, too. We're intoxicating.
That's right. But we got some other, we'll talk about some other things. But first is Muhammad Ali. We know how great he was outside the ring. Is he the greatest boxer to ever live?
Boxer. Wow. I wouldn't say he was the greatest boxer as far as, like, technical skills because, his defense wasn't that great. And a lot of fights he won because of his will and his chin and his straight right hands because he had iron hands. If you're looking at the technical side, Floyd Mayweather's defense is impeccable. He hardly ever gets hit. Bernard Hopkins, what he was able to do into his 50s as far as boxing and stuff would give him a slight edge as well. But if you're talking about heavyweights, he is definitely, to me, personal opinion, the greatest heavyweight of all time. No question. But the greatest boxer, if you're looking at boxing as far as his technical skills and what he did in the ring, no, he's not the greatest boxer of all time. He is the greatest heavyweight of all time. But technically, he is not the greatest boxer of all time.
And look, it's tough. For me, there's a couple of heavyweights, him, and Mike Tyson.
I know Marciano and Joe Louis get thrown in there. I didn't get to see Marciano or Joe Louis fight. Now, I will add Lennox Lewis to the mix because Lennox Lewis, he was so heavy-handed, man. He got cheated out of the heavyweight title the first time he fought Evander Holyfield. He was in trouble against one of the Klitschko brothers and hit this Klitschko boy with a wicked uppercut that put a huge cut under his eye and stopped the Klitschko boy. And, Lennox Lewis was one of the best heavyweights I've ever seen as well.
Yeah, but I can't put Lennox above Muhammad Ali, above Mike Tyson.
Oh, no.
Larry Holmes, maybe even.
I would put Lennox Lewis on that upper echelon, but Mike Tyson, when Mike Tyson was knocking people out before he went to jail, before he ran into Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson you didn't want to fight Mike Tyson. People didn't want to get in the ring with Mike Tyson. He was short, compact, and he punched like he had dynamite in his gloves. I mean, he would hit you and he would explode on your face or your body and you would go down.
But there's never been a 6'3", 235-pound guy that moves like Muhammad Ali did.
No.
That's the biggest. He was a huge guy that moved like he was, 180 or less.
Now, we know today's heavyweight champion is probably playing in the NFL at a defensive end position, or for the Carolina Panthers, it could be even the quarterback position. So sports have changed. Boxing doesn't have the allure that it once had, especially in the heavyweight division. In the 1970s, there was no bigger recognition that any athlete could have than to be the heavyweight champion of the world. That was the biggest recognition in America, that you are the boxing's heavyweight champion of the world. And today, you probably couldn't name the heavyweight champion or who is supposedly the current heavyweight champion in boxing. And nobody cares. Nobody absolutely cares. No, we're more infatuated with UFC, NFL talks. Even though the NFL only plays from September to February, we're talking about the NFL all the time. Our NBA team, the finals, LeBron and them.
We used to be infatuated with boxing. Look at Rocky.
Yeah, right.
The movies.
The movie.
Man.
He made 5 movies. In the 90s with Roy Jones Jr., Bernard Hopkins, Oscar De La Hoya. Guys like that kept the trend going. And it's just like over the last 10 years in the Floyd Mayweather era, boxing has, I don't want to say died, because there's still loyal Fight fans out there, myself included. But it's definitely not in the public eye
Not like it was.
like it was.
No, you're right. But anyway, we want to talk a little bit about Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest athletes, boxers ever.
The most influential sports persona ever. More influential. Now, Michael Jordan is up there because what Michael Jordan did for NBA players as far as like shoe deals, contracts that these NBA players are now getting, that's all because of Jordan. I know Magic and them were signing $1 million contracts, but Jordan took it to another level. Jordan was signing $30 million contracts yearly in his last 3 or 4 seasons with Chicago. So he set the bar for what the megastar should be paid in the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
And what the shoe game should look like in the NBA.
And just to let you know, I do have Periscope back up, and we do have some people on. I know Scott's on Periscope right now.
Call the show, guys, 919-943-2044. Want to hear your thoughts on Ali or anything that's on your brain. Anything.
Absolutely. And we'll go into some local sports talk right now. Let's talk about the Charlotte Knights this week. Thursday, they played the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. Yes, the Iron Pigs are. That is one of my what?
What does the bacon of an iron pig taste like?
Well, it's really tough. No, but
It's
no,
inedible. It sounds like
it's actually pretty good. I read up the story while we're at the base. When you're at a baseball game, you got plenty of time to read up on things while you're watching the game. I wanted to know the meaning of the Iron Pigs. Mm-hmm. So it's basically because of the steel workers in
Lehigh, New York, New Jersey?
Yeah, in Pennsylvania. Scott says he'll call in. He needs the number.
919-943-2044 if you want to type it in for him.
He wants me to text it to him.
I'll text it to him. He can call.
So, but no, there's Lehigh Valley, but it's the ironworks and the pig area in Pennsylvania. They actually have a mascot called
Suey?
No, Crispy Bacon.
Crispy. Oh,
Crispy Bacon.
That's funky. I like that. Crispy bacon.
Yeah, Crispy Bacon. I love it, man. It's
Crispy
catchy.
bacon. That's pretty sick. But I don't know if how I would feel to be called an Iron Pig. There goes the Iron Pigs, Mom. Let's go get their autograph. Hey, Mr. Iron Pig, can I have your? I'm not no damn Iron Pig. Am I oinking?
Yeah, you're oinking. But yeah, the Iron Pigs, man. They, I love it. They got T-shirts and hats with bacon on it, and it says Baking USA on the front of their jersey.
Bacon USA.
Bacon USA.
Oh man, I love that.
But anyway, Thursday night they lost to the Iron Pigs 4-2. Friday they lost 6-4. Saturday they won 8-4. Sunday they lost 11-3.
Man, the Iron Pigs are really good, huh?
Yeah, I went to a couple games. I went Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It was Superhero Day at the ballpark, so it's always good to go. Monday they won 8-1 over Scranton Wilkesboro, and Tuesday lost 11-10, and then yesterday they lost 6-0 to Scranton Wilkesboro. I was going to talk a few minutes. There's some really good players on the Knights if you haven't seen them. Danny Hayes is one of the guys that's really good, leads the international he's actually not leads, but he's got 8 home runs right now. He hit a grand slam home run Monday night last week. So there's some really good players in the league.
And you see Trace Thompson hit a walk-off home run for the Dodgers.
Yes,
just
sir.
Recently called up from the Charlotte Knights AAA affiliation. Now they are affiliated with the White Sox, of course. But, minor league players can end up on any team at any time.
Well, and they're talking about thank you for Trace Thompson, because now the Dodgers are talking about trading Yasiel Puig before the trade deadline.
If they can get a bat for Yasiel Puig and somebody to play right field, left field, that would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome. But what can they go out there and get? Who would be willing to give up somebody?
Somebody would really give up something to get Puig.
The Padres are in explode mode again. They got rid of James Shields, so there's some opportunities out there.
And we're overloaded outfielders because we just sent down Carl Crawford also. We'll talk about Dodgers later, but
that's a contract. If you could get out of, man, get out of that, please.
But right now, see, Danny Hayes, Matt Davidson's got 7 homers. Danny Hayes has 9 now. So he's at 9 home runs. He's 3 home runs back of Stephen Moyer of Toledo. And don't forget to vote for your All-Star team because voting ends June 24th.
It's right around the
it's
corner.
In Charlotte. So
it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a real good time.
But yeah, that's your talk of baseball. If you don't get a chance to go to a Knights game, please get a chance.
And Knights they play, they're on ESPN 7:30. Charlotte Knights baseball. You can at least listen to the game. It was a tough loss Tuesday because they came back and tied that game up in the 9th inning, only to lose at Scranton.
Yep.
But we'll see. We'll see how they continue.
And
on.
they're usually on My 55 or whatever it is in Charlotte. Sometimes they're on that channel. So if they're playing. You say you want to talk about Charlotte Independence?
The Charlotte Independence last weekend 2-2 draw with Toronto FC 2. Of course, they play out at Ramblewood Stadium and the Ramblewood Complex off of, I want to say Tyvola, near the old Coliseum. I think that's where it is. And they also announced this week that they will host Swansea City of the EPL on July 13th in an exhibition match, which should be fun because, in July, the Barclays League, the Euro League, send over a bunch of their teams. And for them to be playing Swansea City, which is not a great team in the Barclays, but they have a loyal following, is huge. And Jorge Herrera named to USL Team of the Week. Way to go, Jorge Herrera. Get out there, support your Charlotte Independence. Help us get an MLS team down here. We're talking about Major League Baseball, but the more what's the word I'm looking for? Realistic goal to get a professional team right now would be an MLS team.
Yeah, I know because that's going to be a couple years ahead before we actually can get a team here because I know the new teams are St. Louis.
Mm-hmm. Orlando got a team, I think.
Orlando, yeah.
Or was it Miami? It's somewhere in Florida. One of those two cities got a team. I think both cities maybe got a team.
It's currently 20 teams, and the league plans to expand to 24 teams by 2020. To add its 21st and 22nd team in 2017, Atlanta UFC, and Minnesota. Then, additionally, MLS plans to add LA, Los Angeles FC in 2018. That is Will Ferrell's team. And then the Miami team is going to be at it. That's probably 2020.
So, Mr. Jordan, I know you're out there. You got a ton of bank. You can have another professional team under your belt. You want an MLS team? Let's go. You and Mr. Richardson get together. Get us an MLS team.
All right, before you jump ahead to an MLS team, let's get an MLB team before we do that.
Well, we already got a stadium hooked up. They're remodeling Memorial Stadium down by the Grady Cole Center. That could be the stadium where they played the MLS games.
I don't know how
we would have to build a stadium. I don't think MLB could be here for another 10 years minimum.
No, there's teams that can move.
They can move, but we have nowhere to put them.
Oakland A's, Tampa Bay. They're Tampa's 2 teams that are ready to move anytime.
Sure.
So hopefully, yeah, but I know we don't. I mean, we can't put up Knight Stadium because it's only 11,000 people.
Unless you want to let them play at the old Carolina Mudcat Stadium for a little bit until we get a stadium built. But major league players don't want to play in a minor league park.
Right. The last one that complained that the ACC Championship Series was at Durham Bulls.
Right.
A football player complained about it.
I'm worrying about that. So it is what it is. Check out your Charlotte Independence. Go support.
Absolutely. But yeah, you got anything else local on the plate?
Charlotte Hornets talk. Jeremy Lin opted out of his $2.7 million player option. What's your gut feeling saying about Lin? Where is he? Is he going to stay a Hornet, or he's going to skedaddle?
I think he's going to skedaddle. If you look, where's he going to go? Where is he really going to go?
I think Houston is the number one spot right now.
Does he really want to go back to Houston?
Well, this is Mike D'Antoni now. He's not going to be playing for McHale. He's not going to be playing for Bickerstaff, who, James Harden all the time, 105, Patrick Beverly when he needs to play some defense. He goes to Houston. He's going to be in an offense that wants the ball to move, that needs several pieces scored. They want to get up to 130 points possible.
So guess what? That's another player that doesn't play defense. All
There you
right, go ahead. Yeah.
Hey.
You already got James Harden. Perfect match.
They want to outscore people. Forget defense. We want to outscore.
Well, they hired a coach that doesn't, yeah. So.
And Jeremy Lin had a good rapport with Dwight Howard. At least he would throw Dwight Howard the ball for lobs and look for Dwight Howard. Because Dwight Howard, let's be real here. If you opt out a $22 million play option for next year, who in their right mind is going to give you $22 to $25 million outside of that?
Charlotte Hornets?
No, they're not. Because they're going to spend on Nick Batum. They got to do something with Al Jefferson. They're not going to give Dwight Howard $25 million.
Well, you're not going to give Al Jefferson a bigger contract he got last
Oh,
time.
no.
So
we expect Al to take a little pay cut.
He's going to have to. But I could see them spending $20, $25 million. They overpay all the time on players. Look at Jeremy Lamb. All right.
Well, he got him for a flyer. He
Look
only
at
get $7
MKG.
million.
Look
MKG is
Look at Kemba.
12-14. They all at 12-14. Kemba Walker has a chance to be an all-star next season. MKG, when he's healthy, is one of the most disruptive wing players in the league. One of the better two-way players when his offense is going.
When his offense is going, in 5 years, his offense ain't been going.
The boy ain't stayed on the court for 50 games.
I know, but when he doesn't score more than 20 points a game.
He's not asked to be the dominant
Usually
scorer.
he'd only score 10.
He's not asked to be a dominant scorer. If they asked him to score more, I think he could. He has the gifts.
I don't think he could. I don't know. But, yeah, Jeremy Lin is just trying to make more money. I get it.
And he wants to start, and I think he's going to, man. Even though he had a good run in Charlotte and he had a good rapport there. He's going to get $10 to $15 million a season from some team that's got to overpay because of all this extra salary cap room. It could be New York. It could be Houston. I could see him going back to L.A.
Nah.
Why not? To go play with Luke Walton?
Nah, he ain't going back to L.A. I don't think he's going to L.A. because that killed his career the first time he went to L.A. I don't think he goes back. And they got D'Angelo Russell, so
go to Sacramento.
You want to go somewhere you can start. First of all, he's not a starter. All right, I think he's a bench player that comes off the bench.
He's a good
six man.
Absolutely,
that is it. Come on, don't overvalue. That's what happened last time in New York. They overvalued him.
And Houston definitely overvalued him, gave him a $15 million third year on his contract. I mean,
they might do it again.
I feel you, Lynn. Go get paid $2.7 million. You definitely outplayed that, man. We'd love to have you down here playing for the Hornets again, but if not, good luck. It's the business.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you got to get paid, man, if you can. We will, and we'll talk about the Cam thing in the NFL section of segment today. You got anything else?
As always, sports is life.
And you can catch us everywhere. Everybody on Periscope, stick around. We got a couple more shows to go. Everybody else, we'll see you later.
Side piece.
Catch us everywhere.
Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. I believe every lie that I ever told, paid for every heart that I ever stole.